Hey YouTube, One Guy's Take on Movies here, and today I'm going to talk about Jessica Jones. I binge watched the whole show over the weekend. I can't remember the last time I spent a whole weekend with a girl, and I gotta say it was absolutely amazing because I haven't seen a show like this since last year when I saw Daredevil, which is also a Netflix show based on Marvel comic books. Because of the deal Marvel made with Netflix, they're gonna make two more shows based on two other characters, Luke Cage and Iron Fist. And then after the first season of Iron Fist airs, we're gonna get a movie called The Defenders, which is gonna star all four of these characters: Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. And hopefully, because we'll get to see Punisher in season 2 of Daredevil, hopefully we'll get Punisher in that movie as well. But until then, let's just enjoy what we have so far. Mentioning Luke Cage, he also appears in Jessica Jones, played by Mike Colter, who does a really great job. When I saw him, I really thought he was Luke Cage. He's ripped, he's buffed, he's everything. He looks so like the dude came out of the comic book panel, and he wears his signature clothing with the yellow shirt. And I mean, he changes his clothes, but when I saw him in jeans and the t-shirt, it was amazing. It's always great seeing your favorite characters from a book or comic book come to life. But the show is about Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage is only part of her life. And she stumbles onto him because she's an alcoholic, and he owns a bar down the street or a few blocks away. She basically runs her own private investigations practice, and she's following Luke Cage among other people because she was hired by clients to do this stuff. And she's basically down on her luck. She's, doing dirty work for other people just so she can, literally buy alcohol and go through life basically. And then so happens that we get introduced to a couple who hires her to find their lost daughter, and all of a sudden we start piecing pieces together, and we find out that things are more connected than they appear. And all of a sudden, villain walks in who is the baddest villain I've ever seen. When I say baddest, I don't mean good. I mean, like, he's a really, really bad guy. You haven't seen a guy like this in a TV show in a long time. At least I didn't. But this this dude is evil. He he uses other people to serve his purposes. Like, he manipulates them in ways you haven't seen so far ever yet. And he and Jessica Jones basically have one thing in common that brings them together, and it is all built up until the last episode where we finally get a showdown. And that's pretty much it before I get into spoiler territory, and I'm not gonna get into that. However, more non-spoilers. This is dark, gritty show. This is not for your kids to watch. This is not for your 10-year-old Johnny to see. I mean, you could show them, but they're gonna have nightmares. This show is very visual, very graphic. There's sex, there's violence, there's blood, and the show is creepy. I, Creepy on a whole another level I haven't seen in a long time. I'm not just saying that because I like the show. I know I'm biased toward the superhero shows, superhero movies, but you know what? When you see Jessica Jones, you're gonna go and watch Daredevil if you haven't. If you avoided watching these TV shows because they're superhero shows, trust me, you're gonna go and you're gonna watch them over and over again because they are so dark. They have a lot of like little details. You're gonna want to see talks that you'll want to discuss with your friends or other geeks. If you haven't seen it yet, do yourself a favor and binge watch it during the week. It's only Monday today. You can finish it until Sunday. Because as I said earlier, this is part of four series, four different characters. Because they're all going to be come together in one single movie, I was half expecting to see some of these characters appear on other characters' shows. So as I was watching Jessica Jones, I was paying really close attention whether I would see Daredevil or Matt Murdock or somebody else. That doesn't happen almost at all. It happens in the last episode, but you're only gonna know that if you watch Daredevil. If you haven't seen Daredevil, don't worry about it. You can still watch this. without there's these two characters are pretty much it's the first season for both of them, so you can watch them separate because they are standalone. They do happen both in New York, and they do happen within. They're both set in Hell's Kitchen, but Hell's Kitchen is big, it's huge, and both shows concentrate on their respective characters. Even because we have Luke Cage here in a bigger role, that doesn't mean that we're gonna see Jessica Jones in Luke Cage, but I think we will. But that doesn't mean you're gonna see Daredevil there. So by the time Luke Cage shows up in his own TV series, we're already gonna be on Daredevil season 3 and Jessica Jones season 2. So a lot can happen by the time that arrives. So don't worry about whether you saw previous shows because uh, you don't have to see Daredevil to watch Jessica Jones. So don't worry about it. Go back later and watch it. You will enjoy it. There'll be some stuff that connects them, but it, not the plot. Not the plot. There are other things that tie them together. I rated it 10 out of 10, and I don't I don't usually rate stuff that high, but I really enjoyed this show, and I didn't binge watch it just because just so I can make this review. I binge watched it because I really enjoyed the show, and I did take sleeping breaks, and I did take nap breaks, and I did take lunch breaks, and I did take breaks. So trust me, you will love the show. If you saw it, let me know. Let me know what you think. Share this video with your friends. Like and subscribe. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you want, you tweet at me. You can Instagram me. Whatever you want. All of my social media links are in the description below. I hope you guys have had a great weekend. I know I did, and I hope you'll have a great week. Peace out.